Imagine sitting in a cold prison cell, waiting to die, not once, not twice, but 9 times. 3 last meals. 3 times strapped to a gurney, seconds away from execution. And then, at the last possible moment, a stay. For Richard Glossip, this nightmarish cycle has been his reality for 27 years. But now, in a shocking turn of events, the U.S. Supreme Court has intervened, ordering a new trial for the man whose conviction has been riddled with controversy and doubt. Was justice finally served? Or is this just another chapter in a never-ending legal saga? Let's dive into the compelling case of Richard Glossip. In 1997, a brutal murder rocked Oklahoma City. Barry Van Trees, the owner of the Best Budget Inn motel, was found bludgeoned to death in one of his rooms. His body, left in a pool of blood, told a story of a violent and prolonged attack. The killer? Justin Sneed, a 19-year-old motel maintenance worker with a history of drug use and petty crimes. But Sneed wasn't acting alone, at least, that's what prosecutors claimed. Authorities arrested Richard Glossip, the motel's manager, accusing him of orchestrating the murder. According to Sneed's testimony, Glossip had offered him $10,000 to kill Van Trees, allegedly to avoid being fired for mismanaging the motel. Sneed, who confessed to the killing, took a deal, pleading guilty in exchange for a life sentence. In return, he testified against Glossip, sealing his fate. Despite no physical evidence tying Glossip to the crime, a jury found him guilty of first-degree murder in 1998, sentencing him to death. The conviction rested almost entirely on Sneed's words that, as we now know, were deeply flawed. Glossip's first conviction was overturned in 2001 due to inadequate legal representation, leading to a retrial in 2004. But the result was the same. Guilty, sentenced to death. Since then, he has spent decades fighting to clear his name while Oklahoma scheduled his execution time and time again. Glossip's legal team uncovered alarming issues in the case. Most notably, it was revealed in 2022 that the state had withheld critical evidence about Sneed's mental health. Prosecutors failed to disclose that Sneed had been treated for bipolar disorder and prescribed lithium, something he denied under oath. The jury never heard this crucial fact, which could have drastically undermined his credibility as the key witness. Glossip's case has also drawn national and international attention due to the harrowing series of execution attempts he endured. In 2015, he came within hours of lethal injection before officials realized they had the wrong drug, leading to a last-minute stay. Oklahoma later placed a moratorium on executions due to concerns over lethal injection protocols. High-profile figures, including actor Susan Sarandon and business mogul Richard Branson, have publicly advocated for Glossip's case, arguing that his conviction is one of the most egregious examples of a wrongful death penalty sentence in modern history. Fast forward to 2025. After years of failed appeals, Oklahoma's own Attorney General, Gentner Drummond, a Republican and death penalty supporter, joined the call for a new trial, stating that Glossip had not received a fair one. But despite this unprecedented support, the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals refused to overturn the conviction. That's when the U.S. Supreme Court stepped in. In a 5-3 decision, the justices ruled that Glossip's constitutional rights had been violated, citing the prosecution's failure to disclose key evidence and correct false testimony. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, writing for the majority, condemned the prosecution's actions, stating, "Had the prosecution corrected Sneed on the stand, his credibility plainly would have suffered. Such a revelation would be significant in any case, and was especially so here where Sneed was already nobody's idea of a strong witness." The dissenting justices, Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, argued that the ruling imagines a constitutional violation where none occurred. But in the end, the majority ruled in favor of a new trial, an extraordinary outcome in a death penalty case. For Glossip, this decision is nothing short of a miracle. His attorney, Don Knight, said his client was thrilled beyond words. But this isn't the end, far from it. The Oklahoma Attorney General's office now faces a critical decision. Retry Glossip for a third time or drop the charges altogether. Meanwhile, the Van Trees family remains convinced of Glossip's guilt, urging prosecutors to seek the death penalty once again. One thing is certain. This case isn't just about one man's fate. It's a spotlight on the flaws in the criminal justice system and the potential for wrongful convictions. Do you believe Richard Glossip is innocent? Or do you think justice was served in his original trial? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on the most gripping true crime cases, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe and I'll see you in the next story.